Yeah, let's do that.
We've done said the Lord's Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. Let's get on with the work.
Timmy.
Motion.
Okay. Okay, we need approval of the meeting minutes, work session, regular meeting. I hear approval. A motion to accept the minutes.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes?
Agenda.
If not, let's vote on it.
Yeah, for motion or approval on the agenda, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
on the approval of the meetings and the
Okay.
minutes, the
Okay.
work session of November the 8th, 2021, and the regular meeting for November the 8th, 2021.
Yeah, I move for approval.
Okay,
Second.
second. All right, any discussion on it? No, let's call it, vote on it. Mr. Burst?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Mr. Tanner? Mr. Barnes? Chair votes aye.
Lucas.
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 Lucas. Tanner not here.
Tanner?
Lucas.
Yeah, but he ain't been sworn in.
He's been sworn.
Oh, you have? You didn't been sworn in? Okay.
So already
Excuse
sworn
me.
in?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Last week.
Mr. Lucas.
Last week.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either. Yeah. Okay. Okay, A, on the resolution 2021-17, support reform to the Georgia annexation dispute resolution law. I hear a motion on that.
Can we hold on just a minute? Mr. Attorney, we need to approve the agenda.
We usually do. That's a normal part of your meeting, is a motion to approve the agenda at the beginning.
Okay.
So then if any changes or revisions need to be made, they can be suggested at that time.
Okay.
Has Mr. Clerk got the
I need to back up and
roll call
approve
in his minutes?
I'm sorry?
Have you got the roll call in your minutes?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I need to back up then and approve the agenda.
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean.
That is.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's back up. I hear a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda that's set forth in front of us.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Any discussion on it? Call the vote. Mr. Burst?
Aye.
Vote.
Aye.
Mr. Lucas? Aye. Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right. Okay, we got the minutes, we're gonna approve them. Okay. The resolution for the 2021 support reform to the Georgia annexation dispute resolution law.
Chairman, I move the board approve resolution 2021-17. This resolution supports reform to the Georgia annexation dispute resolution law, and it's been requested by the ACCG.
Okay.
I second it.
Got a second. We got any discussion on it? Anything on it? Not. Let's vote on it. Mr. Burst?
Aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Tanner? Mr. Lucas? Well, change your name over here. Mr. Barton?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right. Proposal award for the garbage collection and disposal services. I have a motion to accept that proposal.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion anymore on that? Anybody like to clear up or anything on that garbage?
Could Mr. Amoy explain why we're approving this?
Yes, sir. We advertise for requests for proposals from service providers to do garbage collection and disposal. We only received one proposal from Republic Services. They submitted the proposal, and it's being brought to the commission for consideration to accept it.
Okay. Anything else on it? Are there gonna be an increase
Yes, sir.
in prices?
Based on what we saw, the current rate now is $13.46, I believe. Is that right, Missy? I'm sorry, I want to make sure. $13.46, and the new rate per month will be $16.99. It's an increase of $3.53 per month.
Is that increase gonna be on January 1? It will?
Yes, sir.
Increase, okay.
When was the last increase?
2019, I believe. I believe it was early 2019, from what I remember. I don't know for sure. I didn't look it up, but I want to say it was 19. And it was a 3% increase at that time.
You're talking about 45 cents,
45 cents, yeah. And now we're talking about a,
$3.
And it's usually done. It's usually done every year, based on the CPI.
well, this increase here is what, close to about a 30% increase.
It's about 30%. Yes, sir.
Any more? Any more discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Mr. Lucas?
No,
Mr. Barner?
No,
Chair votes aye.
What was the vote?
3-2.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I vote aye. Okay, go on to the C, road opening, Lejeune Road and Alton Circle. I hear a motion to accept this road.
Mr. Chairman, I declare a conflict as I personally reside right here in this immediate area that's in question. I abstain from participating in the discussion
Okay.
on this agenda topic.
I'd like to make a motion, we table this until our county engineer can work with the, developers about putting a deadhead turnaround at the end of that property down there. They're gonna try to work with them to come up with something. Table it till the next meeting till Randy can come up with something other for them.
I have a question to Mr. Barner. Would you accept approving it contingent upon that happening, so we don't go through this another 2 or 3 months?
Sure, I will.
Okay, thank you. I agree with you.
And Mr. Chairman, just for clarity of the motion, I think I recall when the motion was made before, there were 3 items, which were the road.
Be tested.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for that. The deeding from the property owner, which we have since learned, I believe, are these gentlemen. So then we can have their attorney draw up those deeds, and then this cul-de-sac issue would be the third. So just as part of the motion, understanding that those previously identified items would still be a condition, and then.
Okay. Do I hear a motion then to
Yeah.
approve this, to
All the changes that everything worked out with them,
through them?
right,
Okay.
through our engineer and the developers.
If it's acceptable to them, then that's what you asked.
Right.
Approve.
Commission will approve it.
Okay.
And approved by the county engineer, right?
Okay. We have a second.
Jerry seconded it.
You did?
Did
Did you accept, do you second?
Second.
You second? Yeah. Okay. I have a motion and a second now. Has anybody got any discussion on it anymore? Anything that we need to? We want to table it then, or we're gonna vote on it.
We'll go ahead and vote on it as long as the engineer and the developers gets everything worked out. If they
It
don't
won't be
get things-
official until Brian and
Bring
Kurt.
it to vote.
They just want me to bring it back in front of us.
All right, all in favor is accepted. Mr. Barner,
Huh?
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas, that's right, you sustain. Ms. Burris,
No.
no. Chair votes aye, accept. Okay. D. The train key Havoc proposal is back for the air conditioning unit. We have a motion to accept that.
Chairman, I move that the proposal presented by, county manager be approved. This would, replace a train, HVAC system at the courthouse in the amount of $336,745.
Have a
I
second.
second it. I second it.
Any discussion on it?
And the money will come out of the,
ARPA funds.
ARP fund? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Aye.
Mr. Barner,
Huh?
chair votes aye. All right. The Miracle League Organization Memorandum of Understanding.
Mr. Chairman, that one was removed from the agenda, so it'd be just the next one, the
Okay.
redistrict, excuse me,
right.
resolution. Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to the next one. F, resolution of 2021-18, Ware County Board of Commissioners, redistricting map.
It's hard to say.
Can't see it. Yeah.
Yours is all right.
How come mine ain't right? I don't know. Where'd you get that from?
I put a copy there in front of,
He's got it right there.
okay.
G. E, okay, bid award for the Ware County Recreation Department. Beverage suppliers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear a motion on that.
Move for approval, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any discussion on it?
Which one are we voting on?
F.
Further,
Yeah. Bid award for Ware County Recreation Department
Yeah.
beverage supply.
To be Coke.
F for the bid award for the Ware County Recreation Department beverage supplier. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on it? Will Coca-Cola put those signs up at the,
Yes, sir, they did last time.
They
I
did.
don't know if they'll do it this time or not. I don't know if,
Okay.
they're not, did we do it? We did, okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if we did it or not. Yep.
okay,
On the, youth softball fields, Coca-Cola, I think with their commissions paid for the, scoreboards that are up, a brand new.
They
2-3
did.
Years ago.
Yes,
they
sir.
do.
They gave us $15,000 to go toward the scoreboards, which was a big benefit.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, G.
Chairman, I think we skipped,
E.
E, yes, sir.
E,
The resolution
okay.
2021-18.
Well, that's the one
Yes,
I was
sir.
on, but okay.
I got confused
Okay,
too.
E, we'll go back to E. The resolution of 2021-18 Ware County Board of Commissioners redistricting map. I hear a motion on that.
I make a motion we accept the redistricting maps set forth.
You got a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on it? Anything, anybody got anything need
Well,
to add to it?
just as for discussion, Scott, now this is something that came down from who was it did the redistricting on it?
The reapportionment office, the state's, reapportionment office.
Okay, so this is not something that the county commission did, but this, I mean, which we
Yeah,
couldn't
it was
do
done,
anyway, but,
it was done at the state level based on our new census.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this is done in all counties and also the state, senate, and representative districts, correct?
And also, school boards and your cities too.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's vote on it. Mr. Burris?
aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, we did F, let's go G. E 911 voice logger recorder system replacement purchase. We have a motion on that thing.
I make a motion to accept this, replacement purchase for 911.
I second.
Got a second? Any discussion on it?
Scott, will this be paid out of your art fund too?
ARPA, yes, sir.
Okay,
It's related to public safety.
right.
Could you explain what this is, Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir. This is the recording system that's used at 911 to record all the incoming, outgoing calls for the calls that they receive at 911.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And it's saved electronically, and those can be copied and sent out on CD or emailed and what have you. But the old system's antiquated. It doesn't do a good job because it translates and creates a transcript, and so this whole system would be replaced.
So it's a log of all calls that go through 911.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I mean, I believe it'd be a good investment for personnel also. Protect the officers, fire department,
Yep.
you know, stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Is this installation and everything? I mean, it's
The whole works. Yes,
the
sir.
whole work.
Yes, sir.
Ready to go. Okay. You got a motion and a second. Let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, H, the bid award for the fire department self-contained breathing apparatus. Now, that's a lot of money. I hear a motion on that.
I make a motion, we accept the bids for the fire department self-contained breathing apparatuses.
I second.
Okay.
What's the amount of the bid? What are you doing?
240.
245,
242,
249.
895.
Back over there. A lot of money, $250,000.
242,895.
$250,000 set real fast.
That'll also be paid out of our art money, won't it?
Yes, sir.
and you won't have to revisit this for 15 years on the cylinder, so. But I would say maybe about every 8 years, get on a replenish system instead of doing all this at one time every 15 years, about 8 years, about halfway of it, replace that motor. That way it don't hurt so bad right here at all at one time.
I agree with Commissioner Lucas, and also I think, we discussed that, I know Scott and I did about like these big air conditioning units. Kind of more, pretty much they have like not a contingency fund, but like a reserve, because you're gonna have to replace them eventually, so, it don't hurt so bad when you kind of got something set aside for it versus you having to do it all at one time.
Yeah, if you could set up our improvement plan to where you're putting some of this in your budget each and every year, so you just kind of chip away at it so it doesn't add up at the end.
All right.
And this, okay, you say it's come from ARPA fund also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this is for, our first responder safety. I mean, that's and if they're not safe, they can't help the public.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we keep hitting that ARPA fund after a while, there's not gonna be anything there.
Yeah. We got
Working on it pretty
the first we got was 3.7, and then we'll get another 3.7 million a little over 6 months, 7 months from now.
At least we got it.
Yep.
It being a mess.
Yeah.
Use it while it lasts, yeah.
I think the air conditioning is gonna be paid for out of the millage rate that got changed and we didn't have the money, right?
Yeah, I actually had that budgeted to come out of the general fund. Yes, sir. It was around 300-something thousand, I think.
That was for the other one that we did, or this one?
No, this one, and it just so happened we got the ARPA
Okay,
funds
I
to.
got you, okay.
Well, is this the second one we've replaced now?
Yes, sir. We did one.
back to
We did
first.
one a couple of years ago, and then this one. And so that's what we were planning on doing, is putting them in the general fund, put one a year, and then do it that way where it's not so big of a cost.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, any more discussion on it? Not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner? Chair votes aye. Okay.
And on that on that gear, you will transfer any extra gear to the training center.
That's correct.
We can use there.
Yes, sir.
Good.
And if we still got some gear that's still good, go ahead and get the life out of them before you start using the new one.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Just cause we got a brand new car, don't be junk the old one.
Got a new toy.
Got a new toy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it on H, bid award. Okay, let's go to the, reappointment of the Ware County Board of Health.
Mr. Chairman, this is to reappoint Rodney Music to the Ware County Board of Health.
I hear a motion that we
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
second, got a second. Anything on it? Let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Mr. Tanner? Lucas? I'm gonna have to change that right now. Mr. Barner? Chair votes aye. All right. Appointment to the Ware County Planning Commission.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, this is, Commissioner Polk would like to nominate Miss Angela Strickland to replace Mr. Timmy Lucas on the Ware County Planning Commission.
Okay, do I hear a motion to,
So move that take place.
I'll second.
got a second, got a motion and a second. Any discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Pope?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner? Chair votes aye. Okay. Appointment to the Waycross Ware County Planning Commission. That's been done. Okay. All right. reappointment to the Ware County Board of Assessors. We have several of those, two.
Yes, sir, we have two that's asking to be reappointed, Miss Kathy Mixon and Mr. Nathaniel Housel.
Okay. I hear a motion to reappoint those.
I'll make a motion to set the reappointments to the Ware County Board of Assessors.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Barnes? Chair votes aye. Scarlet Drive Road, this dedication. Okay, that was on that tab M, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. This, all this was under, I mean, it's, everything's in order on that road. I believe the planning commission and everything accepted it.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
County engineer inspected it and said it's been built to county requirements, and so it's eligible to be accepted.
Brandon, everything's up to par on that road, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Gene was out there, and, they proof rolled it before they started paving, subbase and everything checked out, and put down plenty of asphalt. He's got some pictures, like over 2 inches in some places, so they did a great job, on all that, everything looked good.
Okay, it's been grassed and everything's ready to go.
It probably could use some more attention on the grassing. I think they went back after the fact and put in the water lines, and I don't think they came back and grassed after they put the water lines in. So, those areas, it probably needs some regrassing, and, I think there was some areas around the cul-de-sac that looked like they needed to be touched back up and regrassed, and we're gonna get with the, contractor on that and make sure that that does happen. So the only items I had was the grassing, and then the stop sign and the street name sign that Jimbo's already mentioned. And so there's some touching up and some regrassing that does need to be made.
Okay, is all of that has been done except for what you say, you need to just touch it up, is that correct?
Install the street and the stop sign.
Okay.
James, where does Clayton fit in on all of this?
Clayton Home,
Clayton Homes.
Logan Scott works for Scottville Factory Outlet, which is a Clayton Home company. So Clayton Homes has that retail sales lot that sells Scottville homes. And, he works for them, and then he's been developing the subdivision on their behalf to put in. These homes will be double wides. The meter base will be mounted on the side of the homes. The underpinning, the skirting will be on footers. The actual home will be sitting on footers. So it will open the home up to somewhat of a conventional home loan and not just manufactured home loans.
Right.
If that makes sense. So these will be more or less permanent set homes.
Will they meet the requirements of a Class A mobile home that we set up 20-something years ago?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Okay. I hear a motion to accept this.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Second.
It's his district, let him have it.
You got a motion, second. Any more discussion on it, anything anybody need?
And under discussion, Brandon, you'll make sure the grass is done and the signs are put up as required
Yes, sir.
before you turn it loose.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Let's vote on it. Mr. Burson?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barner? Chair votes aye. All right. County manager's report.
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner's comment.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like for Brandon to come up and give us an update on Tanner Lane and Wing Clay,
Yeah,
project we got going on.
yeah, I've had a couple phone calls on
I've had
that.
several phone calls saying that the county has canceled that project. And I said, no, we ain't canceled, we're moving forward with it. Brandon?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to inform the commission that we heard back from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers last week and that they were favorable in the project and we're going to go forward with allowing us to use our wetland credits that have already been purchased up by the railroad tracks. So we're going to be able to apply them to this new project location. And so we got that notification last week and we've been in contact with the consultant that's helping us with this project. He's went back with his geotechnical firm. They're going to be doing the bridge foundation investigation work, and they've scheduled to come and do the bores, I think, the week of January the 10th. I contacted the surrounding homeowners to let them know about this upcoming work and was able to obtain permission to access the private property as needed for this work. And then the discussion was made of maybe trying to do a little bit of the clearing that would be necessary with our forces to save some money. So we're looking at doing that, seeing if we can get that scheduled between now and then. A lot's going to depend on what it looks like when we get down there to see how wet it is and that sort of thing. Some other options we've discussed of using maybe some of those guys that do that shredding and clearing that has a lot less impact on the ground. I just don't know. I know the water level in the creek itself is down, but I know that this is a low-lying area, so I don't know how wet it's going to be down there. So we were glad to hear back that the Corps had accepted our proposed changes, and now it's just going to be a matter of clearing a few hurdles and then right-of-way acquisition, and hopefully maybe we can get started in this next upcoming year with actual construction of the project.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Now we got, I want to ask you about Smith Road. Where's it at?
We went through the bidding process and the bid award process, and Littlefield Construction was the low bidder on that project. So we've asked them to schedule a pre-bid meeting to get started on the or pre-construction meeting to get started with the construction. He had to execute some bonds and get his contract and everything in order, and then we'll get that scheduled with him in the next couple of weeks to give him the green light to get started on that.
Okay.
Wasn't the weather slowing them down a little bit too because of the temperature? Was that part of the issue?
That was on some of his other work,
Oh, okay.
like on the Old Nichols Highway project.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's some resurfacing on that. On this project, we could get him out there and get started on the clearing of the right of way, then we could get the utility conflicts and those kind of things worked out. I think the power poles are in the way, so those are going to have to be adjusted. So there's some things that we could go ahead and get started on.
How are they doing on Old Nichols Highway, on the widening part?
The contractor came in and did the DOT portion of the widening from 158 to Bickley Highway, and we were in the process of getting those contracts executed to him with doing the second phase while he was still there working on the first phase, and they pulled off. I called him the other day to try to get an update on when he might come back, and I hadn't gotten anything back from him on scheduling that. Like Scott said, that leveling is a thin course of asphalt, and so it's a lot more temperature sensitive than the widening is. I think the widening is put down 4 or 5 inches thick, and deep patching's put down a lot, thicker. And so the thickness of the asphalt has an impact on the temperature controls. So the fact that it's a leveling course, it's a lot thinner. You have a lot more stringent temperature requirements on it. So I don't know if we'll get any of that done in the remainder of this year. We could get some good warm weather, a long snap of warm weather. We might could get it in. Another concern would be if you could get the leveling put down, but you couldn't get it surfaced, then you would be leaving your leveling course open to traffic for a couple of months until
Tearing all
the
the
temperatures warm back up, and then you have to worry about your leveling course raveling out, and it can be counterproductive to do that.
Yeah, a lot of that's not nothing to us, so that's for the contractor. He doesn't bid it to do it, he's supposed to do it. I bid a lot of jobs, ain't never nobody told me that. He said, you got to do it, go do it. Then you get paid.
I've got a question. Saw in the paper that DOT had a, State Street overpass meeting in somebody's private home. Can you give us an update on the State Street overpass in public, where we stand?
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I did not attend the private meeting, so I don't know
Well,
exactly.
it's a private meeting, don't y'all keep up with DOT?
Well, somewhat, the last thing I saw as far as what they had brought to a TPCC meeting showed them having right-of-way acquisition in 2025, construction in 2026. But I don't know about the meeting that you're referencing.
What about the design? Wasn't they getting a designing firm to finalize?
Yes, sir. They went out to get bids for the preliminary engineering work for the project. They had someone that they selected, and they're in the process of negotiating that proposal. I think there were some discussions back and forth with some of the man hours they had listed them for some of the items that the DOT did not agree with, and I think they were hoping to get that done pretty soon to cut that consultant loose to start on that work.
So the project is moving forward?
Yes, sir.
Contrary to what I see on Facebook occasionally?
Yes, sir. That's just a slow process
Right.
with those type of dollars that are required.
Commissioner Pope,
Thank you.
I was actually at that meeting. I was
Yeah,
invited to be there. I was there, I attended with the DOT, and Mr. James Burchett, Rep. James Burchett, and Senator Russ Goodman were also present. And those are the two that's going to the Georgia General Assembly and pushing this thing real hard. And everything you just spoke of, they reiterated there. I mean, they had a plat available, they had a blown up size for everybody to see, and they're actually trying to get it done sooner than 2026. And Mr. James Burchett made the comment that he wants to see shovels in the ground by summer of 2022.
Have you heard any more on the Albany Avenue overpass?
No, sir.
And
We were contacted by CSX. Then they were discussions, I guess, of possible projects, possible grade separations, and I think that was included in the infrastructure bill. I think there was an item for grade separations in that. So they immediately thought of Waycross and all of the crossings we have here, and that Albany Avenue overpass was mentioned to that representative of CSX as hoping to get that included in any kind of work that they go forward with. Hopefully Waycross will be at the top of their list for grade separations and overpasses.
okay. We do have the engineer to do the design.
Yes, sir. He started on that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
I was with CSX. Evidently, they were having a meeting in Jacksonville about that infrastructure bill, and they were talking about grade separations and how they can, better improve transportation. And he said that the first name that came up as far as in Georgia was Waycross because of the rail yard, and then started asking me, what projects we had out there that we'd like to see being planned. And I mentioned that the overpass on US 1 is currently being in the process, and then the one on Albany Avenue. But there's other places that need some relief as far as traffic is concerned. So I think that's something that they're working on from their behalf.
Okay. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I've heard that there was railroad was spending about $45 million on the west end. Is that correct? Putting in 2 more tracks.
I know they had a project I heard a project, but I wasn't sure the amount that they were doing for expansion. I don't know if Brandon might have heard
I've
of
been
something.
seeing a little activity out there with dump trucks and stuff. I don't know. Are they going, now that, we got 2 tracks out there. We're gonna have 4 out there?
I heard that they were, I think, triple tracking, I believe. I think that's what I heard. I don't know if that was the location, but I heard the same thing.
That's, I mean, that's gonna be dead out there. They push it out that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this from a guy that works for the railroad. He said that they'd already approved a $45 million project run out there.
I know they're planning, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're planning to double track the Fitzgerald line.
Another thing too, at that meeting that was brought up, I thought was real interesting was that right now, CSX, they project right now the traffic to increase, I believe, about 3 times with the Port of Savannah and all. It's gonna be 3 times, in the future because of just the way that everything is going right now with container carrying, and so that's one of the things. And something else they mentioned was that, and that's pretty much common whenever you start building an overpass and stuff like that. They always talk about they may add some more tracks, so they're trying to make sure that they'll have room, I guess, to do it. But I think this, like I said, something that's long overdue, and hopefully it'll get done quick, because right now it's getting to where it's really getting to be a problem, more of a problem every day, because the trains are longer and traffic backs up, and there have been cases where just about whole Waycross was tied up, and you can get locked in, and God forbid something happens where you have a house on fire, like say a medical emergency, someone, and the only reason they can't get to them is because the train is there blocking, so I think they're cognizant of that also. And I think, you mentioned about the Albany, one of the things the question was asked, may have been you asked, how is that going to impact that Albany project at all?
Yeah.
And something else I find interesting too, I didn't know, was that as long as we keep it with state and local funds, but when you start getting the federal funds, that makes the project draw out even longer.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you have to start going to a whole different set of rules and everything. So we want to try to keep it local if we can.
Yeah, they did say that Albany Avenue, Burkhead and one of the DOT said that that could be stepped up and could be imported to be built before the US one did. We get the funding. Any more commission comment?
Well, I'd just like to, I don't know whether it be congratulations or condolences. But, congratulations being on board, and looking forward to working with you, and for whatever you bring to the commission, and we just try to keep plugging right along. And like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and
Absolutely.
just be careful, and remember COVID is still out there, and this other strain, so we just prayerfully just get through this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'd like to say welcome to Commissioner Lucas too. I look forward to working with you. So.
Well, definitely look forward to working with everybody here.
Yeah. I'd like to say welcome too. And another thing I'd like to do, y'all would remember the people in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Lord.
Oh, put them in your prayers. Them people, they've been hit hard.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank God that we got our houses today.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah. We blessed. Okay. Is there any more?
One thing, Cactus Street, how we coming on that, Brandon?
They have completed the clearing, and I saw a box yesterday, so they're starting to get their materials in. So hopefully they'll get started on the rest of that. The clearing and all look good.
Okay.
How about the Manor project?
They had the materials, but last time Gene talked with them, I think it would be another week or two before they were ready to get started on that project.
Yeah, I talked to them about that. They were they finished the box cover. I think they just poured it this week, and that crew's going to Manor. I think it's boxes and the pipes down there. So it should start next week, maybe. Any more? All right, I hear a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Have a stay. All in favor? Meeting adjourned.